Tuesday the 13th of March, I went down to a place called Worthing, which is down the coast from Brighton, and I did an interview with the BBC talking about Brighton, Glenn Murray, the manager, and how the season is going so far. This interview was going to go into a show called the Premier League Show, but instead it had to be cut short because of some issues BBC had with the Jurgen Klopp interview and my interview and a few other things including Brighton. So they had to cut my interview out of the scene, so I thought, you know what, let's bring the interview into my channel and I'm going to be showing you guys the unseen footage that no one has ever seen before. The top quality camera used for the TV production crew, and it's all set out like a professional interview I done with the BBC. Before I move on to the interview, I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone who's like behind the scenes of the camera. So like the person interviewing me, obviously the person who was obviously directing me on what I've got to do, the sound crew, all of them people, just everyone on scene that day was so nice and lovely. You don't even understand. But nevertheless, let's move on to my interview now with the BBC. I'd appreciate it a lot if you could subscribe to my channel and like this video as well, because you know what, this is kind of like the biggest achievement I've got from doing YouTube so far. Like actually getting an invite to come and being interviewed representing Brighton and Chris Hughton and all of that, like talking about that. That's a massive achievement and a massive step for me, and a shame it wasn't on TV. But you got to think of the positives, and actually getting this call up in the first place was magnificent. But yeah guys, let's get right into this interview I had with the BBC about Brighton, all of that, etc. Remember to leave a like on this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Let's roll this interview and hopefully you guys enjoy it.
Everybody happy? Josh, you happy?
I'm happy.
Josh, just to start off with, tell me a little bit about why you're a Brighton fan, how it became that you've been a Brighton fan, how long you've been?
So I've been a Brighton fan from when my dad influenced me from a young age, and from the Whitdean days I've been going to the Whitdean for the home and away games, and just as the years have gone along I've been going home and away, and it's been absolutely brilliant supporting the club.
A lot of experience, and obviously, how would you sum up Brighton's season so far this year?
So far this season it's been absolutely amazing. I mean, we're on like 34 points I think it's at the minute, and it's been absolutely incredible, and if we continue how it is, staying up in the league, things are looking very good in the future of Brighton and Albion.
At the start of the season, could you have really anticipated that, you know, in mid-March the club will be 11th and looking fairly comfortable?
Well, I would not say so, to be honest. I mean, this has come at a real shock to me, and I'm absolutely delighted on how Chris Hughton has progressed with the team, progressed as a club, and honestly, being at this position so far this season, it's been absolutely incredible.
Not only the brilliant league form, of course, but also, of course, final of the FA Cup against Man United.
Whew.
How exciting is that?
That is absolutely amazing. I'll be going to the Old Trafford game on Saturday, and hopefully we can go to Wembley at the semi-finals and hopefully go to the final of it.
What would be your personal highlight of the season so far for Brighton?
So far this season, I'd say the Arsenal home game. I'm not going to lie, that brought a tear to my eye at the final whistle. Obviously, being a lifelong Brighton fan I am, it was incredible to just see the team push against a really hard fighting team like Arsenal and actually getting the victory. So I'd say Arsenal definitely at home is the highlight of the season so far.
The Arsenal game then, was that the moment where you really felt like Brighton have arrived and deserved their place in the Premier League?
Definitely. I mean, we arrived in the Premier League in high spirits, high confidence, and it shows now, and I do believe now we're in the Premier League, we're just going to go on and build, and hopefully Europa League, you know, maybe European days in the future, you never know, but hopefully that will be the future of Brighton of Albion.
The man of the moment, talk to me about Glenn Murray's form.
Glenn Murray's form at the minute. Well, as soon as 2018 arrived, he's been banging in goals for fun, and it's absolutely amazing hearing Glenn Murray's news about the England. Hopefully he does get into the squad on Thursday, I think it is, when the squad's announced, and he's been absolutely amazing at the minute, and the fact that Lockhardy can't even get in the squad at the minute because Glenn Murray's on form, it's amazing for Glenn.
He's been playing football for a long time, of course. 34 years old, you'll have seen a lot about him.
Yeah.
In your opinion, what's made this season so good for him?
The fact that he's 34 years of age and he's still banging in goals in the Premier League. I don't see how he's doing it, but he's doing it. He's finding a way of scoring goals, and it's absolutely incredible for him.
And he spoke quite a lot about how important his supply chain's been. How
Yep.
evident has that been for you?
It's been very evident because you see Pascal whipping the balls in the box for him to nod them in, and the amount of assists Pascal's got from Murray for him to then score his goals has obviously been there, and Anthony Knocker providing him the goals as well. It's been absolutely amazing, and you can see the difference in the squad with Pascal coming in with the assists and goals Glenn Murray's bringing in.
He's in the form of his life at the moment. Can that form continue the rest of the year, next season?
I hope so. Let's just say that for now. I really do hope so. Glenn Murray, of course, he knows his way of scoring goals, and hopefully that continues for the rest of the season, obviously the years to come.
What do you make of his chances of an England caller?
Oh, well, he's in the form of his life at the minute, and I'd back him to go to the England squad and bang some goals there with Harry Kane out injured now. I mean, obviously we like Harry Kane back for obvious reasons, but he is a really big goal machine for England, and if Glenn Murray can come up and pop up with some goals and obviously join the England squad, happy days.
Does he deserve his chance, do you think?
I believe so. He's been, ever since 2018 has occurred. Obviously, he's been banging in goals for fun, and I do believe he deserves his chance to get called up.
$1 million question, I suppose. If he was to get a call up, do you think he'd make an impact at international level? Would he still score goals?
Oh, that's a tough question. I'm not going to lie, because hopefully he can bag in some goals. That's what every Brighton fan would like. You know, to see him make an impact for your home country is something every Brighton fan would be proud of, and obviously Glenn and his family himself.
How do Brighton fans on the whole feel about Glenn Murray? What's the relationship like with him and the fans?
The relationship between us and Glenn Murray is amazing, to be honest. We love Glenn. He's been an absolute amazing servant for the club, obviously with the years in the Whitby, and then come back to the Amex, and he's been absolutely amazing. We all love him.
The fans obviously love him, but there is an interesting thing, because he did go to Palace, of course, big rivals. Does that hang over him as a bit of a dark cloud, or is all forgiven if he's scoring goals?
Oh, he's scoring goals for fun in a minute, so he's not a dark horse anymore. He's Brighton's one and only, you know, because he loves the club, we love him. He's all forgiven, he's scoring goals in the Premier League, and that's what we want from him, and he's scoring goals, and it's going really well for him.
Finally, a quick word on the manager. We've spoken a lot about the players that have been doing so well, but Chris Hughton's taking you from a lower league club up into the Premier League and almost a mid-table finish, or looking likely. How amazing has he been?
Chris Hughton, honestly, when he came in, we were looking down to a relegation to back to League One, but he's changed things, he's made the team more organised, and I think that's the key word out of this whole thing, the organisation he has in his squad, because he's organised it from the defence up until the attack, and I do believe, without Chris Hughton, I don't think we would be here today.
Where are you going to finish this season then?
Well, I said at the start of the season we would finish 15th, and I'm going to stick to that. With the hard running we've got coming, I think we've still got Man United, Tottenham, still got all of them kind of teams to play, so I do feel like 15th place will be where Brighton finish at the end of the season.
No doubt a successful result, 15th, and maybe even FA Cup final as well?
If we get to the FA Cup final and stay up, you have no idea how chuffed we'll all be at Brighton over Albion, and you know, I hope it happens.